It's the 11th of July. It's still provincial lockdown in South Africa. You got to stay inside provinces and so on. We're at the Kgalagadi Lodge. We came quickly because you can do game drives in the park, but you can't stay in the parks, but you can stay in the Kgalagadi Lodge. It's very comfortable. It's only a 3-minute drive from here to the gate. It's exactly the same as if you were staying in one of the camps. So we're going to hit the park quickly to see what's going on there. Very few cars still doing day trips, so it should be good. It's actually 2.5 minutes and we at the Kgalagadi gate. Ons kyk net daar by SJ so. Okay, Trootjie, goed om te sien. It took us 2 minutes from the Kgalagadi Lodge to stand in the queue at the gate. They're complying with the COVID rules very effectively at the gate. We're standing 1.5 meters away and they do all the checklists and so on, but there's not a lot of people. So we advise anyone to actually get to the Kgalagadi, sleep at the lodge on the outside, 2 minutes to the gate, and in you go. It's exactly the same as staying in the park. Until the park opens, we're all waiting for that, but it's very good staying at the Kgalagadi Lodge and then coming in for day visits. The gate is closed, you have to open it yourself. And what a great feeling to be back. The smells, crispy clear winter's air, and I believe they've seen a leopard killed full on about 15 meters from a vehicle yesterday, so it's still quiet in the park. The pressure and the roads are little, so the animals are close to the road and in the road, and kills close by, so super time to be in the Kgalagadi. For this game drive we drove from Tweedevieren and turned left towards Mata Mata all along the old riverbed, where we greeted some of the old known faces, turned around back on the Mata Mata road, but took the second dune road from Achterloni to KK. We've checked in at the gate, and there's a whopping 4 vehicles on the Mata Mata road and only 5 vehicles on the Nosop road, and I don't think there's any other vehicles besides maybe 2 from the lodge or from Malopa Lodge. So that's it. We've got a clean road, well maintained road because there's very little traffic on it. One of the old giraffes in the Kgalagadi were reintroduced in the late 80s, beginning of the 90s. Very, very time after, probably no traffic, not used to cars, and is quite comfortable with us. There he goes. See you later. This piece between Gemsbok Plain, if we go towards Mata Mata, is very special to me, and the springbok is busy herding the females all along the riverbed. But what's amazing is this grey camel thorn trees that you get quite prolific along the edges of the banks of the riverbed on the left hand side and on the right hand side, and it reminds one of a well groomed garden. a lot of eagle on this road and so on, but driving this road just gives you a lot of peace all the way to Irikaris, and then even further because of this ancient camel thorn trees that hug the riverbed all along the road. The piece that we just went past with the calcrete, rocky calcrete edges along the side is very good for leopard. As a matter of fact, I think it's the best habitat for leopards that I've seen over the years. They here by Montrose and the adjacent waterholes. Yesterday there was another kill again that was quite open. People saw it, a leopard killing a springbok from the beginning to the end. We've seen a couple of times and the young leopard actually growing up. So very good for leopard in this specific area. This is the 14th borehole turnaround or loop, and we're the only tracks on this road. I haven't seen, there's no fresh tracks for quite some time. So I've never driven this 14th borehole where there's been absolutely no one traveling on this road. Looks like there's enough grass to sustain the antelope in this part on the 14th borehole for this winter until December or so when the next rain comes. Mata, about 12 o'clock. We'll see if the office is open. Nothing from halfway from Tweedevieren to Mata. We were only one vehicle, so that means 4 vehicles on this whole road. There's no one in this camp because you can't enter via here from Namibia. So we're the only people in Mata for the first time in 33 years. It is 11 degrees Celsius now. 8 o'clock when we entered the park it was 5 degrees Celsius, so it must have been close to 0. But tonight they say it's going to be below 0.
Hoe gaan het?
Julle is am stil hierso.
Ja, nee, wat? Dit is stil hier by ons. Dit 'n bietjie. Vra sy maar ook, kom ons kyk hom net aan.
So the guys here tell us that we're only the 5th vehicle that visited Mata Camp since they've opened the park for day drives. We're on our way back to Tweedevieren. got this fresh pair of lion tracks, 2 lion that was walking next to each other, all the way from Dalkeith to 13th borehole, where they just drank before us and went and lied on top of the hill to get some heat.
Heb je iets gezien?
Ja? Voelt.
Ja, ons kyk ook voels.
It was a quiet piece from Mata Mata, but we took the dune road from Achterlony to KK, turned left, and we're quite lucky because the road's quite smooth and they've graded it just before us. As a matter of fact, all the roads. So one of my favorite routes, the dune road, and it's most probably where the line is as well, because they like to in this cold, it's about 13 degrees Celsius now, it's very chilly outside, so they like to lie in the sun because the temperature right on top of the dunes here is about 2 to 3 degrees warmer, believe it or not, than at the bottom of the river. That somehow in the dune road on the dunes are quite prolific, and they're better than the last couple of years. I would say up to 4 years. I can't remember much more than that, but that's normally a good sign. It's good for the gemsbok and a lot of the antelope in the dunes, because without them there's very little chance of the antelope surviving in the dunes actually. From KK we went straight back to Twerefuren along the Nosop riverbed.